Good morning, beautiful friends. Happy Tuesday. I guess if I keep turning these blogs out so late, it's going to have to be Tuesday tunes as opposed to Monday music. But I'm like, wow, I've been kind of busy. I hope you're all doing well and that your week's starting off happily and sunnily, even if you're covered in snow out there on the East Coast. I'm sitting inside today. Didn't go out to the studio. Felt like chilling on this nice cozy couch, so I'm glad you're here to join me. I have a lot to say, but I want to kind of try to keep it short this week. I've felt like the words have been kind of bottled up for a while, but I'm trying to give myself some more space to let things flow, and I find when I do that, they're actually able to come out. So I took some time to just sit here this morning with a cup of coffee and take a deep breath, and it's just nice because sometimes I feel frustrated, like, oh, there's all this stuff in there, I gotta get it out. It's gonna help me feel better, but I just want it to happen instead of taking the time and giving it the freedom to process through. And then when I do that, it actually works. So hope I take my own advice more often. In singing, as in yoga, is really one of the most important things, and the focus is the breath, because the breath is just everything. It's the breath of life, and when we stop breathing, we move on from this body. So dealing with any normal amount of emotion and any stressful situation, add on to that any extra type of, for me, anxiety and depression, breath is exponentially more important because it has the power to truly calm us. And every time I'm in yoga and or anytime I sit down to pray or to meditate and I take that time for myself to connect with my breath, it's amazing how powerful it truly is, and how calm I can feel and become, and what it kind of changes in your body. But when you're out and you're in the moment, it's so hard to stop and do that. And even when I do that, I feel like it's really difficult for me to get back to that place and to take enough time to really calm myself down. And I heard recently somewhere that once those stress hormones start to kick in, it actually takes about 45 minutes for you to really get back to like either below or above that kind of this medium line. So really, maybe it's a smaller situation and you can, it's not so extreme where you can maybe come back down or up. Sorry, I know the lighting's bad in here. In 10 minutes or whatever, but really, if, for me, if there's a panic attack or something happening, or you're in this really stressful situation, it does take a lot more effort. And I always am kind of frustrated with myself that I kind of just want to be able to like feel better and move on instead of really needing to take that time to process through and to breathe and to bring myself back. And we don't always have that time, obviously, but I'm really hoping that the freedom that I can give myself this year is taking more time to stop and to breathe. And I think we all need to do that. It's so good for us. So today's song is I'm Moving On by Rascall. I just like this song because, at a certain point, that's what you got to do. You got to give yourself that 45 minutes and process, but, you don't want to stay in those spaces. I mean, I want to stay in the space of breath, but, things happen, and not that we forget them, but that we just keep moving forward. We keep working on ourselves. We keep improving ourselves. And when I talk to my kids about doing that, like my job is to help you learn how to do that for yourself in the future, just like I have to do now. Yeah, maybe sometimes I have some friends or family that will come and help, but overall, as an adult, you're responsible for your own behavior and your own actions and your self-improvement. So, I'm hoping to help give my kids the skills to be aware of how to do that in the future. And, we all have mistakes and pains in the past, and every year and every day is an opportunity to grow as a human being, and I hope that I'm constantly expanding myself and constantly expanding my lungs, filling them with air, and filling my life with, with new growth. So I hope you guys like the hair. I'm loving it. Thank you to my friend Michelle Mirasu. She's amazing. And, I did a really great job at bleaching it all out, but then I pretty much messed it up pretty badly with a really bad self-home dye job, which I'm okay with. But she made it look so beautiful, and it was a lot of time and work. So, yay. I love feeling like a cotton candy unicorn. So fun. All right, you guys enjoy the song, and hopefully I'll see you next Monday and not a week from now. I've dealt with my ghosts and I've faced all my demons, finally content with a past I regret. I've found you find strength in your moment of weakness. For once I'm at peace with myself. I've been burdened with blame, trapped in the past for too long. I'm moving on. I've lived in this place and I know all the faces. Each one is different, but they're always the same. They mean me no harm, but it's time that I face it. They'll never allow me to change. But I never dreamed home would end up where I don't belong. I'm moving on. I'm moving on, at last I can see life has been patiently waiting for me. And I know there's no guarantees, but I'm not alone. There comes a time in everyone's life when all you can see are the years passing by. And I've made up my mind that those days are gone. I sold what I could and I packed what I couldn't. Stopped to fill up on my way out of town. I've loved like I should, but lived like I shouldn't. I had to lose everything to find out. Maybe forgiveness will find me somewhere down the road. I'm moving on. I'm moving on, and last I can see that life has been patiently waiting for me. And I know there's no guarantee, but I'm not alone. There comes a time in everyone's life when all you can see are the years passing by. And I have made up my mind that those days are gone. All right, friends, thank you for joining me this morning. Hope you have a lovely week, and take a deep breath wherever you are. You're not alone, and you are also there for yourself as well as those around you. And being a rather emotionally centered person, it can be hard for me sometimes to feel like I have the power and the control to help myself. But we do. We're stronger than we think, and we have that skill set inside us. And it can be very difficult to stop and connect with it. We go to our thinking or our fight or flight, our reacting brain. And I want to challenge myself to work towards using my thinking brain. And easier said than done. But that's my goal for this year. My word for the year is freedom. And I'm already feeling that a lot for myself. But I don't want to stop and give up. I want to keep, working towards that goal. And, it's a lifelong journey. But I want to keep taking those steps. So what steps are you taking in your life? What's your goal? Where are you going? Little thought for a Tuesday. All right. Going out into the world, getting to the to-do list. This is the fun part. This is the stuff that I get to do and I like to do. Now I got to do the adult things and run my errands. So I'll see you next week. Love you all. You're beautiful. And namaste.